What's up, everybody? Matt Kajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel, talking some college basketball bets ahead of February the 4th, Saturday, full main slate of games. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. And if you're listening on podcast, please leave a rating and review over there as well. We are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, and they have a phenomenal limited time offer for you. Right now, if you bet $5 on any game, any side of your choosing, whether it wins or loses, you are going to be paid out $200 in the form of free bets. To take advantage of this, you can head to DraftKings Sportsbook or click the link in the video description below. Make your first deposit of at least $5 and then go ahead, place that $5 wager, get $200 in free bets right into your account. The legal age for gambling in most states is 21 plus. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, it is Saturday, which, it's the biggest slate of college basketball because the early tips actually gives the least amount of prep time. So preface the Saturday video last week, and we'll do the same thing here. These are mostly line movement plays. We don't have quite as much time to dig into the weeds, but I'll give you the context I can. Otherwise, these are a lot of model-based plays. And yesterday, reducing time even further, Sports Reference was down, which was a real pain. But anyway, we'll kick things off in the Big 12. We've got Kansas taking on Iowa State. If you guys have been watching these videos for any length of time, you know I'm kind of on the macro fade of Iowa State, but they're getting a little healthier. Kuntz is going to come back at some time. It's not going to be this game, but they did get Caleb Grill back, and he's excellent for this team, especially his shooting. Kansas is a little bit overwhelming, though. You do have Iowa State at home, which is a problem, and Iowa State does have an advantage on defense, but last time we bet against Iowa State, you can see that their defense is heavily lopsided to turnovers forced. They're third in the country at forcing turnovers, and on defense, actually, they're outside the top 100 in three-point defense and interior defense. As long as Harris for Kansas can take care of the ball, which I fully expect him to be able to, he's a veteran, and they actually have Yusufu behind him who can handle the ball in a pinch if needed. If Kansas just runs their half-court offense, I'm pretty confident here in this team. You have Jalen Wilson on the inside to exploit the 143rd ranked interior defense. You have tons of shooters in this team, primarily Grady Dick. Jalen Wilson's an excellent shooter as well if he gets out there. But Grady Dick in particular, shooting over 40% from three, that exploits the defense for Iowa State, which is outside the top 100 in three-point defense. And on offense, it's not even close. Kansas, 60th in offensive efficiency, Iowa State, 112th. We'll continue the macro fade of this Iowa State team, a veteran team, and generally teams that are maybe a little less experienced, a little more talented, take some time. That's what we expect with Kansas. Second one, Big Ten, we have Michigan State traveling to the RAC to face Rutgers. And this is one we jumped on early in our Insider Discord. We bet tons of games in there. So if you're interested in early lines, that's the place to go across all sports too. Tons of analysts in there. And Rutgers is taking money predictably here. They have one of the strongest home court advantages in the entire country. 4.5-point favorites over Michigan State, a team which has kind of faltered of late. They got absolutely destroyed by Purdue. That's going to happen. And that's going to happen a lot to teams with height over Michigan State. Now, Rutgers isn't the tallest team across the board, but when you look at their front court, they do have Cliff Omoruyi, who is 6'11" and an excellent big man as long as he is not in foul trouble. Michigan State has really struggled to defend the interior. They did get Malik Hall back, but it hasn't made a huge difference, and he's still not playing full minutes. With Cliff on the inside, this should be a massive mismatch in favor of Rutgers. And from there, you just have an elite Rutgers defense, which gives teams all sorts of problems here. 31st in forcing turnovers, 19th in three-point defense, 13th in interior defense. Not sure how Michigan State scores here. In what should be a very low-scoring environment, will lay the points with Rutgers. And last one, we'll head to the ACC where we have Wake Forest taking on Notre Dame. Wake Forest is a team we're trying to actually buy low on. This team has just been unlucky recently, and it's pretty unbelievable. They're fourth in the country in effective height, so it's a very tall team, a tough team to defend. But you look at their most recent games, 2-point loss to Duke, 2-point loss to NC State, 2-point loss to Pittsburgh, single-digit loss to Virginia. And prior to that, they beat Clemson, a couple other teams I'm not going to mention because they're pretty bad. But ultimately, you can see this team is in coin flip games really across the board. You can even extend that into some of their non-conference play and some of the losses they've had. But they're finally playing up to their true potential as long as we can not get into foul trouble for some of the main stars, get some shots, and they do have plenty of advantages here. On offense, they're 42nd. Notre Dame is 54th. On defense, they're 224th. Generally not great, but Notre Dame is 318th, so there's also an advantage there. And they could score everywhere. 55th in interior scoring, 45th in three-point attempts, 42nd in three-point percentage. Notre Dame is far more imbalanced to shooting threes, but they have trouble scoring inside. So Wake being able to do more of it, having a drastic height advantage. And, they don't rebound that well for their height, but they still hold a drastic advantage over Notre Dame here, 174th to 326th in rebounding. We'll back Wake Forest to close this out. It's a big slate, so let me know what you think of the other games. We've got Duke, UNC, a couple rivalries. So let me know in the comment section. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe on the way out. If you'd like to follow me, I'm on Twitter at @Ben_Kajeski. Feel free to reach out. We can chop up some college basketball. Otherwise, good luck today. We'll see everyone later.